Hey guys, it's PrincessLexiseLicious, and today I'm going to do things I didn't know before I went to college. And this is probably a college 1101. I don't know. But I'm going to give you some things that I have learned and that I wish I would have known before I entered and applied to college. But yeah, so let's get started. Alright, so this video is for anyone who is in college or you thinking about going to college in the next 2 years or next month or whatever. This is a video for you, okay? Alright, number one, your path will be different, okay? Your path will be different, meaning a lot of people, they give this deadline of how long you should be in college. And when you look up the average amount of years that it takes you to get a 4-year degree, it is actually 6 years. It's actually 6 to 7 years, you guys. Look it up. It's actually 6 to 7 years. And people like to make it seem like getting a 4-year degree, like you graduated this year, so she should be graduating from college this year. No. Your path will be different just because your friend, homegirl, auntie graduated in 4 years or 3 years. Good for her. Good for her. But for most people, it takes at least 6 years to obtain a 4-year degree. It doesn't matter if it takes you 7 years to get your bachelor's degree. It's still a 4-year degree. Like, they don't care, like, well, you've been in college for almost 8 years. Who cares? For me, I graduated from high school in 2014. Okay. Some things happened, personal things, health issues, things like that. And I was not able, and plus I moved. It was best for me to start 2015. So 2015, I started going to a community college, and I transferred to a 4-year college that I'm in now in 2016 during the fall time. So, yeah. So, basically, I started college when I was 19 years old, okay? And it's 2016. I mean, dang, it ain't 2016. I'm a girl. Ooh, time has flew by. So it's 2018. So it has been like 3 years since I have been in school. Now, I know that I won't be able to graduate next year, like 2019. I know that, which I'm sad about it. Another day for another video, okay? And basically, I will graduate 2020. So it's not the year that I planned, that I really wanted, but I just have to go with the flow. My path isn't going to be like my best friend who will graduate next year, or things like that. So I have to move on, and I have to recognize that my path will be different from everyone else. Just because they graduated in 3 years doesn't mean I have to. So your path will be different. And it's like people who graduate from more than the 4-year deadline, they're called super seniors. Like, really, I guess I'm a super senior. Oh well. And it's like we find insulting things to bash people about because they're not doing things fast as them. You know what I mean? And I really hate that. And that goes with personal issues, which I may say for a get ready to me chit chat. Okay, so this is things that I knew before college. Let me go ahead and finish this. Okay. Anyways, you can take 6 years. Number 2, financial aid doesn't pay for all your expenses. Y'all. Now, it really doesn't pay for all your expenses. Now, when I was at the community college, okay, it paid for it, okay? But when I went to a 4-year college, yeah. And it doesn't pay for everything. I recommend you to apply for as many scholarships as you can. Apply for them, make sure your GPA is on par. Like, seriously, apply for as many scholarships as you can. I know a couple websites, scholarship websites that you guys can visit, like Fast Web Scholarships. What else? That's the main one that I use. Fast Web Scholarships. Let's see. And I'm pretty sure many other companies and churches may help, scholarships, entries. I don't know. But the main ones that I have is Fast Web Scholarships. I will make sure that I will put that link down below. Remind me if I don't. That's the main one that I use, Fast Web. I think Scholarship Hour, but I think they changed their name to something else. But those are the main scholarship websites that I like to use. But yeah. Also, apply for grants during the summer. You may need to have an emergency loan set up. Now, also, to add this up, I recommend you a year before you plan to graduate or start college, go ahead and start saving money for college, okay? Let me tell you why. Now, let's just say you get a full ride scholarship, tuition thing, which I wish I had, okay? Things may be a little bit easier for you, but I still recommend you to work during the summer and save some money for college. One, probably for books. Two, maybe, to make your dorm look the way you want, or just extras like snacks and things like that. Okay. Now, if you know that you are not as academically successful, okay, I recommend you to work during the summer and save your money, because that's what I'm doing. And prepare to pay the rest of the expenses that financial aid didn't cover. For me, for the past year or two, I have the expenses that I had to pay is at least $1,000 something or $900 something. So I have to remember, hey, usually around this time I have to pay this amount of money. So I had to save this amount of money to prepare for that. Also, on top of that, I have to pay for things that I need for my dorm, personal issues, things like that. Save money for that, and also save money for books. My financial aid, I don't get enough to cover my books and things like that. I have to pay out of pocket. A website that I do recommend you to buy your books is Amazon. I always buy my books from Amazon. It has been a handful of times that I have purchased books from the bookstore, depending on the price. And you calculate how much it will be for Amazon and calculate from the bookstore. Sometimes the bookstore is cheaper and sometimes it's not. So that is a tip right there too. Okay, so compare prices for different book websites. But anyways, number 3, your first roommates won't be your college besties. I don't know what I typed right there. But anyways, your roommates may not be your college besties. For me, from my experiences, I have gotten into with a few of my roommates. And it's not because of what I do. I think, and I have posted this on my Snapchat the other day, I think I am too nice for my own good. I think a lot of people think because you're nice and you let this slide back, whatever, they think they can come to you disrespectful and do whatever they want and you're not going to do anything. And they probably think, oh, she's scared, she ain't going to do nothing. Girl, I will turn up. Which is not a good tip thing to put on this video, but I will turn up. And when I'm mad, I am mad. And yeah, it's not a pretty sight. And that was my experiences. Now, a couple of my roommates, we're friends, so I'm okay. But the rest of them, I probably got into it with them, and yeah. So I hope I don't have no issues for the next term. Now, my last term, last year, I didn't have any issues like that. I didn't get into it in one, but yeah. All right, for you are broke. Y'all, you are broke. You have no money. If your mama wants to loan you $50, take it. If it's $5, take it. Like, oh my goodness, like, you are broke. Like, you are broke. Unless you're really privileged and, get allowances and stuff like that. You're broke. Okay, you're broke. 5. Spending a lot of time doing your notes, homework, study, etc. is about 6 hours a day. Probably more. Like, I would get home after I finish eating, whatever. So I probably get back home probably 6:30 or something. From 6:30 to like 1 a.m. in the morning, I am doing homework. So that's well over 6 hours. So you spend that amount of time studying, taking notes. Usually me, it's majority taking notes and doing classwork and things like that. So it is very time consuming. So get prepared to have all-nighters. Now, I don't recommend all-nighters. I haven't done that yet, and I don't plan to. But be prepared to do your homework for almost 6 to 7 hours a day. Okay. Now, I do recommend give yourself some free time every now and then. I know I do. Like, give yourself a break, some free time. Treat yourself. 6. College isn't like high school. It is a job. LOL. That's what I put. It is really a job. Like, 6 to 7 hours. Honey, that's a job. Like, that's a job. And y'all, it's really like stressful financially and academically. Like, it is a job. You have to put all your all into school, college. Like, if there's drama in your life, forget it. Like, forget it. I have homework to do. Like, I have other things that I need to worry about. And you doing your homework, you'll forget about the outside world. You probably start talking to your friends, your family. Like, my sister would be calling me. I'm like, girl, I gotta call you another time. Like, I'm busy. Like, leave me alone. 7. You will take a lot of cat naps in the middle of the day. Now, depending on your schedule, when you know you have like an hour or two before your next class, you're going to take your little cat nap. Whether it be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you're going to take that nap, and it will be the best nap ever. And I know when I first transferred, like, to the school I am now, because I have my own room, in my own bed, things like that, I went to sleep. I would just take off my clothes, get undressed, put on my nightwear, and I'd go to bed. And I had my alarm set up. I had plenty of alarms and stuff like that. But I would have my alarm set up just in case, and I would go to sleep. Like, I need my nap. Number 8, do not study with your friends or around them. I have watched so many videos of, like, study with your friends, get your study ready. I'm sorry. I mean, I agree, but I disagree with it. Now, if you're with your friends and who likes to joke and lie, like me, with my friends, I would get distracted with it. Like, if we start talking, we're going to be talking for almost 6 hours. Like, and that has happened before. Like, we would start talking around 8 p.m., and we'll stop talking around 12 or 1 a.m. And it's like, I didn't do none of my homework. So, I recommend you to, like, keep it short. And do not study around your friends. Now, I understand that you guys are taking the same classes. They may help you. Okay. But most of the cases, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. Like, I would get distracted. And, yeah. 9. Do not do your laundry on Sundays. Do it at a weird time or day. For me, I did my laundry on, I did it on Fridays evening. Why? Because majority of the students will leave during Friday evening to go out of town, to go back home, partying. Like, that's the day, that's the night where college students go and party. That is the perfect time to do your laundry. Why? Because it's not packed like sardines. Like, that is the perfect time. Now, another weird day is, like, I'll say a weird time. For example, 2 a.m. in the morning. That is a weird time to do your laundry. Who's up around that time? Unless you're really crazy. 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. Who's up around that time? No one is up around that time. So I would do my laundry around that time. I would set my alarm to get up and wash my clothes. I know it sounds weird. Have you some makes probably a gun, but you know, don't bring a gun if you don't have the carry thing at your campus. But anyway, so be prepared. 10. You will gain the freshman 30, not 15, even when you're not a freshman. Like, because I came there with my sophomore year, which actually feels like a freshman year. I have gained more than 15 pounds. I gained like at least 30 pounds. And I was big. Like, I was big. And yeah, you gained your freshman 30. And it's not freshman 30, it's more like a junior 30. My junior year, I lost the weight though. But I kind of tagged on a little bit. But you would gain weight. You would gain weight. 11. Steal food from the caf. Now, I think I said this in my other video that I did last year. Steal food from the caf. Now, I don't mean steal if you didn't pay for your meal plan. But if I paid $1,600 for my meal plan, oh, I'm taking some food home with me. I got me some meal containers that I got from Dollar Tree that comes with 3 bowls with the lid. I put food in there so I can eat when I go home later on. Yes, I'm taking, and I also take some bananas, some oranges with me too. Why? Because I paid for it. Like, I wish someone would say something to me about it. I paid for it, and some people may be looking at me. I don't care. Now, I may laugh, like, but it's like, I paid for it. I paid for my meal. Okay? I'm gonna take food from the gas. 12. You will wear the same outfits every week. No lie, like all the clothes that you brought from Alabama to Arizona, you're not gonna wear half of that stuff. Like, you will wear the most comfortable things, leggings and a t-shirt. That's what you wear. That's what you wear. That's what you found comfortable. That's the easiest thing to put on when you're late for class. Like, you're gonna wear the same things over and over. I know I do. I don't care. Honey, I'm a junior child. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. 14. Not all professors are equal. Some professors will let you come to class late, which I don't recommend. Always get there 15 minutes early. Or 10 minutes. Some may take late work. Some don't. Some are witty and fun. Some are monotone and boring. So be prepared for that. And I don't know if this is a common thing, but why the boringest professor has the longest class, like, hour? Like, it would be like an hour and 30 minutes. And the fun teacher would be like 50-minute class. Like, I hate that so much. But yeah, be prepared. Some take 2 days to respond back to your email, and some don't. Okay? So, yeah. And also, edit with the professor. I don't know if I added that on here, but look up your professor on Rate My I cannot talk. Look up your professors on Rate My I cannot talk, y'all. Like, professor, like, look them up, okay? Look them up. Ask around. Have you took Miss Lewis' class? Yeah, she's strict and all that. Listen to it. Listen to it. 15. Do not let setbacks keep you down. This kind of goes to with number 1. Do not let them keep you down. And this is actually a tip from me, which is things I wish I knew before college. And it's like, let's just say during graduation time, I make sure that I stay off of social media too much. The reason why is because I feel somewhat salty. I'm not graduating the time that I wanted to graduate. And that 4-year thing really does bother me. Like, it really irritates the mess out of me. And I uninstalled, like, Facebook from my phone for the whole month of May and a part of June, because, and I still gotta uninstall. I have it on this phone. But the thing is, it's like, I cannot bring myself down. So I have to take things out away from my life. Like, I don't mind cutting things off. And that's what I did. And I know that it may sound like I'm jealous or whatever, but that's how I feel. Like, at least I admit it, yeah. And yeah, so, and it was really taking a toll on me. Like, I was just thinking about it every second of my life, and it just, I just can't, just can't. But anyways, don't let setbacks keep you down. Don't let it keep your energy down, you know, all that. Don't let it keep you down. 16. College is stressful from the academics to financial. Like I just said a while ago. Like, it is really stressful to pay for college and the academics. Like, there has been a couple of classes that I had to retake, which is a factor why I'm graduating 2020. So it's not financial reasons, but it will eventually will be that. But and it's not because I didn't put my all. It's just because, you know, I got a D. Like, I got a D, and yeah. So I passed some though. So, you know. 17. Study in a study room, not in the library or your room. Now, my library at my campus, it is very noisy. They have like a coffee shop there, cafe thing. There's computers, it's talking. Like, it's very distracting. So I do not study in the library, but if I go to the second floor, I get peace and quiet. And they have study rooms. So study in those study rooms. That's another building that I like. That is very peaceful and it's beautiful, that I like to go and study from time to time. And I know when I first moved there, I used to love this building. Like, I used to look, that was my spot. And I was there till like 9 p.m. And I don't know why I did that though, but like, cause I tried to do that one night and I was so scared. I'm like, I was during that time, I was fearless, honey. But anyway, so now I have been just studying in my room, or my dorm. And I have made good grades doing that. So it depends on your roommates, how loud they are. Depending on, you know, the noise level. Because that's the main reason why I did not study in my dorm during my sophomore year. Because it was way too noisy. Like, I just went to a study room or something like that. 18. Time management is essential to college success. Like, your time matters. Please, you know, write down the classes that you have, you know, what time you're going to study for mathematics, what time you're going to study for English or whatever. I probably give them like an hour or 2 hours to study for each subject. Like, that is perfect for me. Because during my first year, whatever, I was just focused all my time on one class. And then I was, you know, I wasn't behind, but you know, you look behind. I did good. But the thing is, it just gives each of them the amount of attention. Like, it's like you having a child. You want to give them all the same amount of attention. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Because I think I was taking like 5 classes this semester, and I made sure I gave each class the same amount of attention. Like, some, you know, less than others. If it was math, I need 2 hours. Okay. If it was writing an essay, I would give that 2 hours. If it was like an easy class, I'd probably give that 1 hour and 30 minutes or an hour, and I would have my little timer, and I would just set the timer, and when it beeps, that's it. Okay, time for the next class. And that's very essential to college success or any success. Field. It doesn't matter whether you're teaching, working, studying for a big test or something like that. Make sure you have time management down pat. 19. You will take a class that you do not need and some that won't transfer. So I transferred from a community college from Alabama to a 4-year college to Georgia. Some classes, a lot of them didn't transfer, which bothers the mess out of me. But I kind of knew that was going to happen. But yeah, so make sure that your classes that you are taking or you're about to take will match. This is what I did. I had typed in, let's just say if I'm trying to go to Nebraska University, okay, and I went to Ohio Community College, okay, and I'm transferring my credits from Ohio Community College to Nebraska University. So I would type in Nebraska University. I think I typed in transfer classes or classes that would transfer, something like that. And usually it'll come to this little website. It says like, what state the college that is located. Then you find your college and whatever. And then you click search and it'll show you all the classes that from your college that you're at to the college that you're trying to transfer to. And let's just say if you take Spanish 1101, let's see, well, it'll probably be Spanish 01, for the community college. For Nebraska University, it'll be labeled as Spanish 1101. You get it? So the numbering is a little bit different, but see if that would actually transfer. If it doesn't transfer, it'll tell you, like, no credits, like, would transfer. So make sure you look that up when you are deciding to transfer to a university. Wait a minute. Ooh, this video long, honey. We're gonna have to do a part 2, child. And I'm on the clock, child. Failing classes will hurt you badly, GPA-wise and financially. The classes that I had to retake, like, I'm like, oh my goodness. And financial aid is not forgiving. So it's like, you use that money, oh well, like, bye-bye. And it's not forgiving, and it will affect your GPA. Now, since I have passed those classes, it brought up my GPA, okay. But just remember, like, financial aid, don't care. Listen, care. Unless you have money to actually pay for that class out of pocket to retake it, by all means. 21, you will need a tutor. I would do tutoring all the time for my English classes, my philosophy classes. Like, I'm not afraid to ask for academic help. So I went there pretty much every other day to make sure I had things down pat, make sure I understood the material. I asked a gazillion questions. Ask. Please go to tutoring. 22, email your professors. Now, I usually email my professors like, let's just say this is the summertime and I'm planning to start classes in August. So I would start to email them around like July or June. Just email all of them. Hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. What materials that I will need for this class. Like, introducing myself, and I want to prepare the materials that we will need for the class. So that's how I budget how much money I need to save for the books. And I will, write that down. Sometimes they will send you links of the direct book that you'll use or the name of the book. And yeah, some be like, I tell you, on the first day of class. Which is annoying, but hey. So I do email my professors now. Also, before, school starts. And I also email them during the school term. For example, if I don't understand an assignment or whatever, if I'm having issues, I would email them like that. I know they was tired of me emailing them, but I don't care. Our conversation was almost 100 of messages long, back and forth, because I want to make sure I got things correct. Email them. Okay. 23. Buy some noise canceling earphones, headphones, and earplugs. For example, you have noisy dorm mates or whatever suite mates. Make sure you have those on. You could play like white noise music from Spotify or something like that, so you can study and stuff like that. Like, you just want to focus on your music and not someone else's, and people talking around, having guests, all that. Make sure you have them just in case. I love my noise isolation earphones. They wireless. I love them. But yes, 24. Not all of your roommates will have the same morals as you. For example, like sex, drugs, etc. A lot of them like to smoke. A lot of them like to drink, party. I'm not a party type. I have not went to a college party at all, and I've been in college for almost so many years. I haven't went to one. I don't plan to. I don't find that fun. Like, I don't find that fun. Like, I don't find it fun. But anyway, so yeah, so it will be some girls that are a little bit, liberal of how they treat their bodies and things like that. So not all of them have the same beliefs, religion, stuff like that, like, which is small stuff like that. But yeah, they won't have the same morals as you. They probably don't know how to clean, things like that. So be prepared. 25. You will need lots of expansion cords. Y'all, I have so many expansion cords. Yes, value a lot of expansion cords because you will need it. Okay. And 26 is the last tip that I have. Netflix is your friend. Netflix is your friend, guys. Like, me getting me a Netflix account, which I'm planning to get Hulu pretty soon. I don't know when, but Netflix is your friend. When you're done studying and you want to treat yourself on a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, you want to watch something that's entertaining. My favorite shows that I love on Netflix, which my favorite movie is not on there, and I love The Empress New Groove. I know it's a kids movie, but I don't care. Okay, and I know every single line. I love that movie, and I like Crunch the Groove, so I like to watch that 1,000 times. I love Fuller House. I love One Day at a Time. I love, what else I said? I like Moana. I told you I'm a kid at heart, y'all. I'm a kid at heart. And I like Marlon. That just came on, came up to Netflix like a week ago. So I really like it so far. What else I like? I will dabble in other comic, stuff like Cat Williams. I like stuff that makes me laugh. I love to laugh. So if it's comic stuff, tell me so I can watch it. But yes, that's all that I have for right now. I am planning to do a college Q&A. I was about to do it today, but child, my throat is sore and I gotta go. So I will touch you guys later. If you have any questions, comments, please leave it down below and I will get back to you. And I'll touch you guys later. Bye.